You're listening to Popcorn in Orbit, a podcast for sci-fi lovers of all galaxies, hosted by filmmakers Jeremy Major and Ian P. Causer.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Jeremy here in Canada. I've got Ian in the UK. Ian, how you doing today?
I'm great, Jay. How are you?
Good. Yeah, we're kind of doing the anti-sci-fi episode today. The concept today is we're going to talk about our favorite non-sci-fi films, which, boy, did I have trouble with this.
I know. You even messaged me saying you were this is how much of a sci-fi fan you are. You actually messaged saying you were struggling.
I did. I had this pouty little moment where I was like, apparently all the films I like are sci-fi. What are all these? I don't know any other films. And as soon as I really sunk my teeth into it, that changed. And I kind of had a gigantic list within a few minutes, actually.
That was the hard part for me, was breaking the list down. So just to refresh audience memories, we're going to do this list with rules attached. And the rules are that you can only have one film per director and one film per franchise.
Yes.
Which does make it slightly harder because we have to pick from our favorite directors and what have you.
A little. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the hardest part for me was getting a long list of 907 down to 10.
Well, yeah. And I think the thing is there is this handful of sci-fi films that we talk about all the time on here. And they really stand out. Like they're sort of this leap maybe above the rest.
Yes.
In many ways. But then there is this huge mountain of movies. A lot of them are kind of average. You know, you might like them. Yeah, they're okay. And so the challenge is kind of sifting through those and finding those ones that you like almost as much as the sci-fi films.
And it is repeat viewings, isn't it?
It is,
if
actually.
If you've seen it only once, it's unlikely it's one of your favorites.
Yeah, that says a lot.
So that's what I did as I was looking at which movies have I seen 2, 3, 4 more times over my life. And if you're revisiting a film more than twice, there's an emotional connection to it, in my opinion.
I agree.
Unless you're stuck on a plane and there's only one movie playing and you happen to have seen that film 3 times. But that doesn't tend to be the way anymore.
That's a whole other category of films, are the ones that you watch on a plane. I feel like those are choices that you wouldn't necessarily make at home or
Absolutely.
in the theater.
I couldn't agree
It's an
anymore.
interesting thing. Yeah.
I wouldn't watch anything what I would call a good film on a plane, because the screen's too small, the volume's not loud enough, you're going to miss stuff. So I tend to go for more sort of easy viewing,
right?
I guess, on a plane.
Oh, that's that film that I should watch. Somebody mentioned.
That's the film I should have seen.
I'll just get caught up on that.
Because you got 12 hours sat there or what have you.
Yeah, it's true. So yeah, I agree with you. I kind of had 2 other parameters to my list here. And one is, can I watch it on repeat? And the second one is, have I mentioned it before on this show?
Okay.
Because I basically ruled those out, except for maybe my number one.
That's impressive.
I don't think I've mentioned any of these films before.
Really?
And I really like all of them a lot. Like I can watch them multiple times.
That's exciting. Should we get into it?
All right. Yeah, let's get into it. This is there's a few here I think are going to surprise you, and I know there's a few that you hate. I already know that. I'm
just wondering is your number 10, was it made after 1930?
Don't worry. No. These are pretty normal mainstream films. But that doesn't mean you like them. All right. So the first one, this is actually a Christmas film. That I'll just say the title and then I'll talk about it. Have you seen The Family Stone?
No.
Okay, this movie, man, you have to show up with Kleenex. It will guaranteed make you cry. Actually, I got a lot of tearjerkers on this list, I think. But the performances in this movie, and this is like actually Diane Keaton plays an important role. Craig T. Nelson, Rachel McAdams. Such a great cast. The cast is incredible. Every person in this is amazing. And the dynamic, it's almost a bit like a stage play because the performance and the dynamics of the cast are so important. But it'll rip your heart out as well as make you laugh. It's like a comedy drama set at Christmas. I really recommend it if you're looking for a good cathartic cry.
And a Christmas movie. It's the right time of year, isn't it?
Yeah. But just the performances, I think this is kind of a unique style of film in that it's so performance driven in a way. Like it's not trying to be anything grand. It's a very kind of intimate story about a family and some changes that take place, some dynamics in the family. The characters are just so well played.
Awesome.
There you go.
I'll check it out.
All right, take it away.
At number 10, I got The Sting. Have you seen The Sting?
Oh, no.
1973.
Yeah.
George Roy Hill directing, Paul Newman and Robert Redford. It was really close between this and Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, but I have other westerns coming up later.
Okay.
And the third cast member is what makes The Sting a favourite of mine, and that's Robert Shaw playing the antagonist.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
And those of us who have listened to the Jaws episode will know how much I adore Robert Shaw.
Absolutely.
So The Sting is just great fun. It's a long con. It's a con. They're con artists performing the greatest con in the history of cinema. If you like things like Ocean's 11 took a lot from The Sting, I think.
Okay.
They took a lot of inspiration from The Sting.
Yeah.
And Newman and Redford, as good as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Shaw is genuinely terrifying.
Oh, really? Okay.
As the antagonist. And it's just 2 and a bit hours of tremendous fun.
Awesome.
So if you haven't seen The Sting, check it out. It's fantastic.
Okay, great. I will. Thank you for that suggestion.
You're welcome, Jeremy. What you got at number 9, buddy?
Yeah, my next one is, and it gets a little hazy, the numbers here, of course, as always. But the Grand Budapest Hotel, Wes Anderson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I feel like this is the film where he truly like found his voice, who is just such a unique director. And I think I'd seen, maybe some of his stuff previous to this, but I feel like this is the one that really kind of jumped out and just kind of clicked. And then to go back and revisit like Life Aquatic. Yeah, I almost feel like some of his newer stuff, it's almost like too aware of the Wes Anderson style.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the moment where it was like the perfect, this is my voice. Yeah, but not cliche. And the cast that he always brings on board is just incredible. So stylistic. I don't know anyone who has a style quite like Wes Anderson.
No, he's
the framing, the colors,
he's a true auteur, isn't he?
He really is. Yeah.
Great choice.
What have you got, number 9?
Oh, I love my number 9. It should be higher, really. It's Midnight Run. Have you seen Midnight Run? Martin Brest, Robert De Niro, Charles Grodin, just fantastic 80s at its best. Now, Martin Brest is probably most famous for Beverly Hills Cop, which he made a couple of years before Midnight Run with the great Eddie Murphy. And I feel like Midnight Run's almost got forgotten because of the success of the Beverly Hills Cop franchise. But for me, Midnight Run's better. It's funnier. The action's better. It's De Niro really doing comedy well, not just dialogue, but his actual physical action is funny all the way through.
Okay.
And there's a scene towards the end, it just rips your heart out. And that's why you need an actor of De Niro's quality to do it. When he goes and visits his estranged daughter, and you just, you go from laughing to crying like instantly.
Yeah, okay.
And then back to laughing again. I think I watched Midnight Run every year since I first saw it when I was like 19, because it's just it's pure movie joy.
Yeah.
R-rated, not for kids, the language and what have you, but it's a personal favorite of mine. So if you haven't seen it, check it out.
Okay, awesome. I haven't, and I will.
Well, you got at 8.
Yeah. So my next film is the movie Once. This is an Irish film. Have you seen this?
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is directed by a guy named John Carney, and this is the smallest film you'll ever see. Because I think it was even shot on like mini DV or something. This goes back a few years, but the music is incredible. And like, it's the story of these two musicians, and they, kind of meet, fall in love. And so music's a big part of the story. I think the actors are actually musicians first, but the film was done, really inexpensively. Like, it doesn't even look great. Almost looks like VHS or something, but it went on to become a Broadway musical. So same music, kind of one setting for the show that they used in a lot of interesting different ways. And I saw it on Broadway, and then I saw it again, I think in LA or something. But the music's just fantastic. And I don't know, it's just such a great little film that turned into this huge, incredible musical.
That's fantastic. And it's the opposite way to what usually happens, isn't it? You go Broadway to a movie.
Yeah.
This has gone back in reverse.
Well, fantastic. Yeah, and if you look at something like Wicked, it's like the movie is huge, right? It's bigger than the Broadway show ever was. This is the opposite. Yeah. Like, the movie is just this nice, small little thing. And even the Broadway show kind of had an intimacy to it But the whole like, I don't know what you want to call it, brand package was really done well. Charming,
Fantastic.
Very charming. Yeah.
So we haven't seen any of the ones on each other's list yet.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
All right, what have you got there?
I'm not sure you'll have seen this one, little film.
Okay.
From the 80s called Die Hard.
Never heard of that.
Christmas movie.
Oh, that should have been on my list. Yeah, great one.
Yeah. Die Hard. If The Matrix is sci-fi, then that takes it out of the greatest action film ever.
Right.
Argument.
Right.
If it isn't sci-fi and it's action, The Matrix is the only thing that I think that can compete with Die Hard as the greatest action movie of all time.
I think I follow.
Yeah. So if you're asking me what's the greatest action movie of all time, I'd say Die Hard, unless The Matrix is in that conversation.
Got it.
It's so off its time, isn't it, Die Hard?
Yeah.
It's as 80s as it gets
in
the good sense, you know. I watch that every year at Christmas because I do believe it is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis as John McClane is as hand in glove actor to character as you'll ever see. He's brilliant in it. The first Die Hard film, I think, is the best of the lot because of Alan Rickman.
Right. Yeah, he's awesome.
You know, that's the villain. He's at his best, isn't he? Really, really looks like he's enjoying it, chewing on the scenery almost.
Yeah.
Performance. And it's just, I mean, is it sci-fi, Jay?
No.
It breaks the rules of science in so many ways.
Yes.
Certainly the rules of physics. There's no way he should survive anything that he goes through. But, you know, it's such tremendous fun. I don't want to go on about the plot of Die Hard because I'm sure everybody's seen it.
Yeah.
And my hope is that people listening to this will have gone, hey, Die Hard, haven't seen that in a few years.
Yeah.
Let's stick it on.
Yeah. I love the debate that comes up every year about, is it a Christmas movie?
Yeah, it is.
It
just is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Great. Good choice. Yeah, that's a terrific choice.
What you got at 7?
Okay, number 7 here is La La Land. Here we go.
Really?
Bring the hate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is one that I've really enjoyed seeing, you know, with the family and that. I feel like the music.
Did you do the sing-along stuff?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Done the sing-along stuff. I think it's just this movie, it has a very distinct look and sound. The music is very unique and incredibly catchy. And just, I don't know, it's become sort of a bit of an iconic film, at least in my family, you know. We all know it. We all know all the music. It's just been a part of our growing up here.
Yeah, the emotional attachment, certainly.
Yeah.
Particularly if you have kids.
Yes.
It's got to be hugely... it's got to be huge, hasn't it?
It's hugely. It is.
It's hugely huge.
It really is quite hugely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hugely huge.
Yeah, it is.
It's funny. I thought it was pronounced LA land until you just.
You can call that if you want. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to defend myself. I do not hate this film.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. In order to hate it, I would have to watch it.
Oh, you haven't seen
it at all? And that is never going to happen. So it's not possible. So I don't hate it.
I remember somebody saying that the movie is clearly made by somebody who's not from LA, which I thought was an interesting comment.
Or has been to LA.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah,
I think Damien Chazelle was living there at the time, but I get that, and you know, I think there is sort of this fantasy type feeling that a lot of people have for LA and Hollywood and all of that, right? And it really captures that, that kind of romance of the city.
Do you agree with me that doesn't exist?
I don't agree with that at all. No, I love Los Angeles.
Okay. Do you?
Yeah, yeah.
My first trip to Los Angeles was with my wife. I'm driving to Paramount Pictures. We're about 3 blocks from the gate to go into Paramount. And Paramount's one of the only studios that's still in Hollywood.
Right.
You know, so
I know exactly where you're talking.
Yeah. So you know where I'm talking about. And we go through a cross section.
Yeah.
And there's a LAPD cop stood in the middle of the cross section. And she is demanding I move lane as fast as humanly possible. Because it's blocked, right? This is a true story. It's blocked. So I'm sort of now at an angle trying to get on the inside lane. I wind my window down to ask her what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
And she doesn't say a word. but she does use her hands to indicate a big shooting's going on right now. Bang, 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 bang. I could hear it. At which point, believe me, I merged very quickly.
Wow.
And got into Paramount Pictures as fast as humanly possible. So that was my first experience of Hollywood.
Okay.
And that's broad daylight.
I absolutely agree with you that Hollywood is not romantic at all. It's kind of industrial meets tacky.
Yeah.
A lot of terrible things there. But I feel like Los Angeles on whole, especially if you go to certain places, there's a lot of beauty and romance.
It's
and
good and bad everywhere.
Yeah, you do, but you do sense the like history, that like nostalgic, the vibe that you see in movies, the palm trees, all of that. It's
yeah. Go down Rodeo. Yeah,
all right, we can move on.
You go to Beverly Hills and Rodeo Drive. I get it. Yeah. I think because you can drive across, you can be driving for 70 miles an hour for an hour and you still aren't going to cross LA. It's sprawled out and disconnected to me.
Totally.
In a way that I find off-putting.
Right.
In comparison to, say, going to New York City, where it's there. Boom, you're in it.
I love it too.
It isn't an anti-LA rant about why I won't watch La La Land.
Right.
I've just got no interest in seeing Ryan Gosling skipping.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's fine. All right, take us through your number 7.
Number 7 is nearly appeared in a nearly sci-fi episode. Do you remember we were thinking about doing a nearly sci-fi? Is it nearly a science fiction?
I think we did that.
Did we?
I don't know.
Was it a good episode? It
was great.
Yeah, I have no memory.
It was nearly good.
Was it? Okay, so I might have talked about this before. Did I mention Apollo 13?
I think it has come up, actually.
Has it?
But that's okay. It's a great one.
I love it. I love it. My favorite Ron Howard movie. Parenthood. It's one of my favorite Ron Howard movies alongside Parenthood.
Yeah, okay.
Splash.
Yep.
It's one of them with Splash and Parenthood and Apollo 13. Solo, a Star Wars story. Forgot about that. I'm kidding. But Apollo 13 really inspired me as a kid. It came out when I was a kid. And I don't mean about the movies, but just about the human spirit, because this is a true story, which is why it's not sci-fi. These massive brains, huge brains at Houston, and these massive, another part of the anatomy, guts, should we call it, of the astronauts who are actually up in this thing. When it explodes on the way to the moon, blown apart, losing fuel, losing batteries, losing oxygen. They never lose their composure.
Yeah.
It's this combination of the very best and the brightest working together on the spaceship as well as on Earth to get them back. And Ed Harris is...
Yeah, he's great.
Failure is not an option. It became something of a mantra of mine. And who better to portray Jim Lovell, who we only just sadly lost? He died a few months ago.
Jim Lovell. That's true. Yeah.
Who better than Tom Hanks to portray him?
Agreed.
Gary Sinise is fantastic. Kevin Bacon's fantastic. Late, great Bill Paxton's fantastic.
Yeah.
One of my favourite lines, actually, is Bill Paxton's Fred Hayes after he throws up.
Right.
On launch, and Tom Hanks is taking the mickey out. Well, Jim Lovell's taking the mickey out a little bit, saying, "Are you sure you want to have breakfast?" And he utters one of my favourite lines in films. "I'm so hungry I could eat the ass out of a dead rhinoceros."
Yeah.
Which is just a phenomenal. I hope Fred Hayes actually said that. If not, kudos to the screenwriter. So great movie.
Yeah, great
proper
movie.
Hollywood film. It's
really
a Hollywood ending.
Yeah,
but it's true. And you don't get that often, where it's a true Hollywood ending, but it's actually the truth. They haven't embellished anything.
Mm-hmm.
They came home. We got them back.
Yeah, and Ron Howard is a guy, like all of those movies you mentioned, they're all so different. Yeah. He has such a variety of films.
And he starts as an actor. His career as an actor in American Graffiti, Happy Days. He did The Shootist with Don Siegel and John Wayne in 1976. He was fantastic in it. Yeah. And then suddenly he just decides to stop acting and start directing at a pretty young age.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And instantly takes to it.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is his daughter now, Bryce Dallas Howard, is obviously a very well-known actress, but she started directing. She was directing episodes of The Mandalorian.
Yeah, you're right.
So I wonder if she'll follow the same path her dad's taken.
Yeah, it could be. Interesting.
But yeah, and Clint Howard that's my favorite Clint Howard role is Apollo 13. He's just perfect in there. And his mom plays Jim Lovell's mom. That's Ron Howard's mom playing the lady in the home.
Yeah.
And yeah, a proper film.
Mm-hmm.
If you're feeling down, watch Apollo 13.
Agreed. It is great.
What you got at number 6?
Number 6, The Greatest Showman.
Okay.
Oh, all right. I didn't know what kind of response I'd get there.
Is this the John Wayne movie from 1964?
No, it's not. Yeah, another musical with Hugh Jackman. Again, it was big in my family when the kids were a little younger. We've watched this movie a number of times. I'm not going to tell you that it gets better with each viewing. But the music is great and it perseveres. The movie is overall entertaining, can be a bit on the nose, but entertaining, good themes. Just a big show.
Great production value as well.
Great production value, yeah.
Again, I don't hate it. I don't know why you're looking at me like you're thinking I'm going to say something negative. I
know you're not big on the musicals as part of it.
No. In order to hate The Greatest Showman, I'd have to have seen it.
You'd have to have seen it.
I'm never going to see it.
All right, so perfect.
That's why I'm not adding much.
Yeah, no problem.
The poster looked high production value. So.
The poster was high production value. Yeah.
It was.
It really was.
It really was.
Yeah.
He's interesting, though. His career is interesting because he can do that.
Who, Hugh Jackman?
Yeah, he can be be Wolverine.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
He can be these super masculine. Have you ever seen Prisoners, the Denis Villeneuve?
No.
Really harsh crime thriller where he plays a dad whose daughter has been taken, and he's frightening in that role. With Paul Dano and Jake Gyllenhaal. So his range is incredible.
It really is. He just puts his heart and soul into anything he does. I think that's part of it. There's a video you can watch online, and it's one of the songs from the film from Greatest Showman, and it's when they're like pitching it to the studio. It's like the final pitch session or whatever, and a lot of the cast are there, and he had just had nose surgery or something, and couldn't sing. Wasn't supposed to sing. Doctor's orders. He couldn't help himself. By the end of this, like, because they're doing one of the songs in this studio office. By the end of this song, he's just belting it out. They're all like, it was incredible. He just puts so much heart into everything he does. It's incredible.
He's an enthusiastic guy.
Yeah.
Even like in interviews, he comes across as an enthusiastic guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very enthusiastic.
And he just takes you with him, right?
Yeah.
All right. What's your number 6?
Guarantee you've not heard of this.
Okay.
It's a little British movie from 1965 called The Early Bird. People who are British listen to this will at least have heard of the star, Sir Norman Wisdom, who was a comic genius from the 50s and 60s. Think Chaplin meets Jerry Lewis.
Okay.
But for Brits. I picked The Early Bird because Norman Wisdom is just genuinely funny. He's the king of slapstick for me. This was shot at Pinewood. And I remember when I was doing my degree, we were studying this period, and Pinewood in the British film industry in general was on the brink of bankruptcy.
Okay.
And it was Norman Wisdom's films, he made about 12 there in a very short period of time, that kept the British film industry afloat and stopped it from going under. And then Goldfinger comes along. But if it wasn't for Norman in the 50s, there wouldn't have been a British film industry for James Bond to come out of.
Oh, okay. Incredible,
Which is pretty phenomenal, really. When you think of Pinewood now as this massive thing, it was really close to collapse, and he kept it all going. The film itself is a typical Norman Wisdom movie. He's the little guy, and he's being trampled upon by the bigger guy. And in this one, he's a milkman.
Okay.
His little private dairy is getting destroyed by the big conglomerate super milk place. And the humour in it is fantastic and phenomenal, and will mean nothing to anybody in North America because they didn't travel.
Okay, this is all new to me.
He's a hero behind the Iron Curtain as well, because he played the little guy in all these movies, and even in the toughest of regimes, Romania, Albania, it's the only Western films that were allowed to be shown there at this period of time because they saw them as so innocent. And the irony is that he's the little guy fighting the oppressor, and they didn't see it. They didn't realize, they didn't see through the slapstick.
Yeah.
And they allowed the films to go through, and then he becomes a hero in these countries, because he often played a character called Norman. And he was He was knighted. He was a favourite of the Queen, Queen Elizabeth II. He would do Royal Variety performances and stage shows, and he was something else.
Very cool.
So yeah, I wanted to give him a mention because I love the guy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I grew up watching those films and just howling, laughing.
Very cool. Enlightening.
What do you have at 5?
Okay, I wanted to pick a sports movie, and so there's so many great ones. I decided to go with a actually relatively new one, starring Adam Sandler, called Hustle. Have you seen this?
Oh yes, I have.
Okay,
really liked it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Adam Sandler's one of those guys that deserves an Oscar.
The Sandman, yeah. Gotta get him an Oscar.
Yeah, but he just creates like such an empathetic character, no matter what he plays, really.
Yeah.
And when you throw him in a serious role, like you just know he's going to be great. That you're going to love the guy, right?
Yeah.
And it's such a good kind of buddy story with him and this potential, next big star in the NBA. I don't know. I've come to really enjoy basketball the last few years. And so there's a lot of cameos in this movie, and it's, there's that whole aspect, which is great. If you love basketball and you like endearing stories about underdogs, it's a good one.
It really is. What I love about it is it's not just the kid that makes it. But he gets his dream at the end, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And that's really cool. Mm-hmm. I didn't think about actually picking a sports movie. I haven't got one. But it would have been on my shortlist if I had.
There are so many great movies in the sports genre.
Yeah. And one game I don't really understand or follow, because I'm a sports nut, is baseball. And baseball seems to be the sport that the movies I like the most.
Oh, interesting.
Even though I don't follow baseball.
Yeah.
So I love Moneyball and Field of Dreams, and there's a couple actually Costner have made baseball movies and League of Their Own, and it seems like even though I love American football, there doesn't seem to be that many great American football movies, but there are a lot of great baseball movies.
You must love Rudy.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
That's a great one. Coach Carter is another great one.
Yes. Yeah, Coach Carter's Sam Jackson, right? That was a really good.
There's something about the sports movies, you just know it's going to be inspirational. It's such a weird thing. It's like, that's the guarantee with that genre.
Yeah. Remember the Titans? Did you ever catch?
It was great.
That was
powerful.
Fun. And again, that was true story.
Yeah.
Fantastic true story. That'd be up there for me. You're not a Rocky fan, but I'd give Rocky a shout out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Movie. Boxing movies tend to be pretty good as well. Yeah. Even though I'm not a huge follower of boxing. Haven't got a great cricket movie yet. I love my Test cricket. Maybe somebody could do a cricket
Maybe it's
movie.
coming.
That'd be fantastic.
I feel like it's growing in popularity even over here.
Well, that's good, because that's how you get the movie made.
Just get the Americans onto it.
Yeah, get the Americans on board.
All right, hit us with your number 5.
I've mentioned it before. Apologies, but it can't not be on my list, and that's Heat.
Okay.
Michael Mann is one of my favorite directors of all time. I think this is his best. I think it's De Niro's best.
Yeah, it is great.
I think it's Pacino's best. Val Kilmer is amazing in it. I'm trying to think of things that I haven't said about it before. Have I told you the story about meeting Val Kilmer?
You've told me personally, but I don't know if you've...
Okay, I'm trying to avoid...
Just go for it.
Okay, so I went to see the Blair Witch Project at the theatre.
No Blair Witch stories.
Yeah. No, I met Val Kilmer in November of 2003. He was, I think he was about to do a movie with Oliver Stone.
Okay.
Talked to him about Heat and my other favourite, Tombstone.
Yes.
These are two iconic characters that he played. And he talked about just having to raise his game because he's in almost every scene with Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
And so you go in knowing you've got Michael Mann who's going to take 60 takes on every scene, and you've got the greatest screen actor of all time opposite you, and I think that's a really interesting way to look at it, because I feel like everybody in that raised their game. I don't think I ever saw Tom Sizemore any better than he was in Heat.
Yeah.
John Voight's as good as he's ever been in Heat.
Yeah.
Ashley Judd's as good as she's ever been in Heat. William Finkner's brilliant in it.
Yeah.
Everybody in it is phenomenal.
That is true.
And you wonder if it's just these legendary leads combined with Michael Mann at his peak that creates this atmosphere where everybody, even like the grips, are just, we're bringing our A game.
Yeah, there's probably some truth to that.
I know for a fact that Andy McNabb, who's a prolific writer now, but he was a SAS soldier who's captured in Iraq, Gulf War I. He actually was one of I think he's Britain's most decorated living soldier.
Okay.
And he coordinated the gun battles outside the bank.
Yes, right.
Which adds that authenticity, I think.
Gosh, yeah.
You've got a guy who's been in them, and he personally trained the actors how to use those fully automatic machine guns.
Yeah.
It's just brilliant.
It really is.
So I don't want to say any more because I know I've mentioned it before, but
yeah, it's a great one.
If there's anybody out there that hasn't seen Heat, you've got to see
better
Heat.
have a look. Better have a look at that. Yeah.
What you got at 4?
Number 4, actually, I have the Ocean's 11 movies.
Really? Yeah. So you'll love The Sting.
Just for the fun value, great characters, fun heist. What more can you say?
It's so weird because it's a film I shouldn't like.
Yeah.
Ocean's 11. I shouldn't like that. It's a bit style over substance on the surface.
Yeah.
But then you start and you get into it. And I've watched Ocean's 11 now 3 or 4 times. It's so good.
The characters
honestly.
hook you.
Everybody's having fun.
Yes.
You can tell everybody's having fun making this thing.
Totally.
And that helps you have fun as the viewer watching it.
Yeah. I wanted to get a Soderbergh film on here because I admire Soderbergh. Not that all his films are, at this sort of caliber necessarily, but he just keeps going and keeps experimenting. And, like he won an Oscar. I think that kind of like set the stage for him to, well, what do you want to do now? And he keeps just pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable, shooting things on iPhones and stuff like that. Yeah. Now, the Ocean's movies are a little more conventional in terms of like their studio films, but he knows a good story and he loves to play stylistically.
Yeah. And I remember that was the big takeaway when I first took my wife to Vegas was pointing out the Bellagio and and
it's all there.
They've become famous because of the Ocean's films to us. They've become iconic because of that. I remember the first time I viewed it, my favorite actor going into the picture that was in the picture was Andy Garcia. Yeah. And I didn't know he was going to be the antagonist. So it's really interesting going into it and realizing I'm actually rooting for the bad guy here. Because with all those names, all those personalities,
I know.
It's Andy Garcia that I particularly loved. And I still like him in it. I think he's great.
There's some hilarious performances, like Carl Reiner.
Oh, Carl Reiner. I forgot he was in it.
Casey Affleck.
Yeah.
Elliot Gould.
Yeah.
Right?
Elliot Gould's great. Yeah. What a cast. I think
so much fun.
It felt like a precursor to the Expendables. Let's get as many stars in as we can. And Ocean's 11, the original, the Sinatra movie, was almost unwatchable.
Yeah.
The Rat Pack in it. So I think I came into it from a very negative perspective of let's just shove as many names on the post as we can.
Right, yeah.
But what they did actually do is make a great, fun heist movie.
Totally.
And I love the running gag with Matt Damon.
Yes.
As not being the main character almost in the crew. You got George and you got Brad, and Damon's running around trying to get respect, And I just felt that was really funny because it felt like that's exactly what was happening in Hollywood at the time. Matt's coming up on their tails and they're like, all right, kid, go sit in the corner.
No,
you're not coming in on this, kid. Great choice. Love it.
All right, cool. What have you got?
Number 4, I'm amazed it's this low. I love this film. It's True Grit, the 1969 original version, not the remake. So it's Henry Hathaway, John Wayne, Glenn Campbell, Robert Duvall, et al. Kim Darby is Matty Ross. Filmed in Colorado. I've actually been to the place where they filmed it. It's one of the most beautiful westerns you'll ever watch.
Oh, okay.
So it's playing in Arkansas, which looks very different to the mountainous of Colorado, but it's shot stunningly gorgeous. Henry Hathaway is kind of a tough guy director, known for his westerns. And when the book was a big hit in the 60s, and John Wayne tried to buy it himself, his own production company, Batjack, and he lost out in the bidding to Hal Wallace at Paramount. And when he rang up Hal Wallace, geez, I really wanted this role. He says, don't worry, Duke, you're the only guy to play Rooster Cogburn. So he got to play the role anyway.
Oh, okay.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Rooster Cogburn it's just a brilliant script. It's a brilliant book written by Charles Portis. Great performance, won Duke his Oscar.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it's magical, really. It's one of the last great classical westerns, as opposed to a revisionist westerns that sort of came in the 70s and became uber violent.
Yep.
It's probably the last great and one of the best action sequences you'll ever see when Duke's at 60, how old would he have been? 62, with one lung, because he lost a lung to lung cancer in 1964, charging the 4 bad guys with his reins in his teeth, firing a rifle in one hand and his 6-gun in the other. And they pull him real close on it. It's a fantastic, fantastic scene. Great fun. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome.
Don't know why they remade it. Not a fan of remakes generally.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't still not seen the Coen Brothers remake with Jeff Bridges because I thought the first one was great. So why remake it?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, great.
What you got at number 3?
All right, number 3. Ooh, going comedy here. Another person who deserves an Oscar. Will Ferrell in Anchorman.
Oh, yeah. I think Ron Burgundy is my favorite Will Ferrell character.
I think I agree with you on that one. And I think this movie is universally loved, certainly, if you're a Will Ferrell fan. But it's funny about this film because, I've talked about how we used to run a theater and we tried to do a quote-along version of Anchorman because we were doing sing-alongs. A lot of people came out. We decided to do this quote-along. I built it out, found all the great quotes in the movie and whatever else. And 3 people showed up.
You kidding?
Yeah. It did not fly.
Oh, no.
It did not fly. And then I thought, wow, am I the only one who likes Anchorman? But I think it was just a lot of factors. And, it's a great movie in that Will Ferrell, going out of his way to be offensive is entertaining.
I can just see him in the phone booth screaming his dog's name.
He's in a glass cage of emotion.
Yeah.
There's so
it's
many
Christina
great lines.
Applegate, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I think she's fantastic.
Tell me your number 3.
My number 3 is also comedy.
Okay.
I have mentioned it before. Planes, Trains and Automobiles, the greatest comedy film ever made. John Hughes at his best. John Candy at his best. Steve Martin at his best. I'm not going to talk about this film more because I've talked about it on previous episodes.
Okay.
But what I will say is, I Like Me, the John Candy documentary on Amazon Prime, was released last month. Ryan Reynolds made it. Colin Hanks directed it. It's phenomenal and well worth watching for any John Candy fan. They got everybody to come out because he was such a beloved man that you'll see awesome. Bill Murray and Steve Martin and Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy and Danny Aykroyd and even Macaulay Culkin, who I haven't seen in decades, to contribute to this gorgeous documentary. So give it a watch. Yeah. And if you haven't seen Planes, Trains and Automobiles, I'm almost jealous. Your life is about to become so much richer.
To have that first viewing experience.
Viewing experience. The only time I've had to run to the bathroom so I didn't wet myself laughing at a film. Genuinely. I was 11 years of age and I had to get my dad to pause the VHS and I just made the bathroom. I was laughing that hard.
That's amazing.
That's how funny it is.
All right. Good stuff.
What's your number 2?
Okay. Number 2, I have Birdman or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance is its full title. Have you seen this?
I haven't.
Okay. Do yourself a favor.
I know.
Check this one out.
I do love Keaton. I love Keaton.
Yeah. So, Michael, and I think this was sort of his comeback in a sense.
Yeah.
Because this is, I believe, 2014-ish. Yeah. And he is fabulous in this. It's Alexandro Iñárritu.
God bless you.
Forgive me if I've mispronounced that, but he was the talk of the town after this, right?
Did he win the Oscar?
He did.
Yeah.
And this movie, it's supposed to look like it's one shot. Now, it takes place over a couple days, and they've got some transitions in there, but there are some really long takes, and the camera floats around, and it does all kinds of incredible things. But yeah, so stylistically, it's really incredible, and all of that, to me, heightens the drama. You know what I mean? When you're not cutting away, and you're lingering on these single takes, really incredible. Emma Stone is in this. Zach Galifianakis has a role in this, but it's also it's on Broadway, right? They shot some of it in actual Broadway theaters, and it's all about putting on a show to kind of bring back Michael Keaton's career. And he's just got a lot of baggage and some stuff he's got to work through. So that's really a big part of the journey right there. But yeah, just a really neat film.
I don't know how I haven't seen it because I love Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
I love Michael Keaton to the point where I watched The Founder. I think it's The Founder.
Which I really enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think I wouldn't be interested in the formation of McDonald's as a.
It's not really
Michael
about
Keaton's
that.
in it.
Yeah.
So I watched it and loved it. It's great. So yeah, I will check it out.
Yeah, check it out. I don't know of any other film quite like it. Okay, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is so hard. My 1 and 2 are really joint ones because I have 2 favorite films.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to do that too.
Anti-Sci-Fi. So the first of my ones is Rio Bravo. Howard Hawks is an exceptional Western starring John Wayne, Dean Martin, Angie Dickinson, Ward Bond, and Ricky Nelson. And it's just 2.5 hours of joy.
Oh, wow.
And it inspires so much. It inspired Assault on Precinct 13 because the storyline's very similar. The idea that these 3 guys, the bad guys are coming to town, they lock themselves in jail and wait for the bad guys to turn up.
Okay.
Which is also very similar to High Noon.
Right.
And people out there might be going, hey, that's a bit High Noon. Well, Rio Bravo is a riposte to High Noon. Okay. Howard Hawks, in particular, and John Wayne didn't like High Noon. They thought it was communistical. So the sheriff, played by Gary Cooper, is running around the town asking for help to get a posse together, and everybody slams the door in his face, which was seen as un-American in 1958.
Okay.
So they make Rio Bravo, and the principle of it is that it's reversed. John Wayne's now the sheriff, but he's saying, I'll deal with the bad guys on my own, but everybody in the town is offering to help, and he's trying to keep them all out the firing line. So it's just High Noon, but inverted.
Okay.
And what they actually came up with is just the most joyful 2.5 hours of cinema. There's actually an intermission in the film where Dean Martin sings.
Oh my gosh.
They left it in there and it's gorgeous. Dean Martin with his Stetson on, lying down, singing with Ricky Nelson playing the guitar.
Holy cow.
And Walter Brennan, the great Walter Brennan as Stumpy. Can't forget him. So if you like Westerns, particularly the classic Westerns, The Searchers is arguably the greatest Western of all time, with John Ford and John Wayne. They made it just a year before Rio Bravo.
Okay.
But The Searchers is a hard watch. It's a tough, uncompromising Western dealing with themes of racism. Rio Bravo is sit down with a mug of coffee on a Saturday afternoon and just enjoy being in the company of it. So I'd argue The Searchers is better film, but Rio Bravo is not far behind it and is certainly my favorite.
Okay. Wow. I feel like a lot of what you just said in the last 5 minutes was like another language to me.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? Yeah.
That was an education.
And I'm the same when you're talking about musicals.
Yeah.
It's like, I've got nothing to contribute to this conversation. And you feel a bit, oh, God.
Yeah, it is so interesting how certain things can be such a big part of somebody's life and not somebody else's.
I don't think it's a secret to anybody who knows me that Westerns are my other genre love.
Yeah.
And they don't make them like that anymore.
Yeah.
It's just as simple as that. I think it's the star power. The star power just isn't in modern Hollywood. You need a Gary Cooper, John Wayne, James Stewart, Robert Mitchum, Clint Eastwood to really sort of fill that landscape, I think. That's the key, is especially when you see one on a theatre screen. You need that physical size and metaphorical sized superstar in the middle of that screen. Although they just get lost in that landscape and they disappear. And when you're watching weaker Westerns, that's half the reason, is you're looking at it going, well, the main guy there, he's not, does he look like a cowboy? Can he ride a horse?
Interesting. Yeah, there's an archetype.
It's amazing to me how simple it is. If you don't look good on a horse, you had no chance as an actor.
Yeah, wow.
In the system in the 50s.
Yeah.
You either went the Western route or you went the swords and sandals route. And if you didn't look good in swords and sandals and you didn't look good in a Stetson on a horse, you're in a bit of trouble, to be brutally honest.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch any of the serial Westerns? Like, I love Steve McQueen's Wanted Dead or Alive. My mom would have watched Rawhide, and my dad, Wagon Train. Did you watch any of those?
No.
Like, repeated as we were kids?
None of this found me.
No. It was,
wasn't in my algorithm.
Wasn't, no. Well, our algorithm was extraordinarily simple. There was 4 channels.
Yeah. We had 13.
Did you really? Yeah, we only had 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. They were imaginatively named. And on 1 and 3, it was kids' programs between sort of 3 and 6.
Okay, yeah.
On 2, it was usually snooker or some or bowls or a sport basically that is played on weekdays at that time.
Okay.
But on 4, they were probably the poorest. They didn't make any original programming. So they would just shove on these Western serials. And I'd rather watch that than the kids' programming. So I grew up watching, you turn it on, it'd be Steve McQueen in Wanted Dead or Alive.
Okay.
And then after that, it'd be an episode of Bonanza. And then after that, it'd be an episode of Rawhide.
Wow.
And I would watch that as a little kid.
So that's how it happened.
Yeah, that's how it happens. You kind of, it was just more, Steve McQueen's far more appealing to me than a puppet.
Yeah.
You know? As a kid, it was like, this is cool. Steve McQueen's cool, you know?
Yeah.
And it is interesting when you see them in those early serials. Like, it's no surprise if you watch Wanted Dead or Alive or Rawhide that Steve McQueen and Clint Eastwood become megastars.
Yeah.
Because their presence was already there. Their charisma was already there.
Wow. Okay. Very cool. Enlightening.
Thank you.
All right. My number 1, it's a tie. It's a tie. And I don't have to say much about them because we talked about them. Castaway, Jaws. Incredible. Yeah. Go see them.
Yes. Yes, they really are. So you got your Zemeckis, you got your Spielberg. There you go. Yeah.
Couldn't choose. So.
And my number 1, you'll be surprised to hear.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. I was thinking that was. Yeah. Hit us with your number 1.
Well, my other number 1. So it's Rio Bravo and Raiders of the Lost Ark. You heard of that film? Indiana Jones,
it's familiar.
Mr. Spielberg. Yeah.
It's
so
familiar.
You went with Jaws as your favorite Spielberg non-sci-fi.
Yeah.
I went with Raiders. Was that a hard decision? Jaws over.
Yeah, I think so. This is a tough kind of list on a show like this.
Yeah. I don't think people understand how hard it is to make a podcast. This is not easy work. You know, what we're doing here is
weeks of preparation.
Yeah.
Months, maybe even for this moment.
The sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's been a it's been a grind, hasn't it?
It's been a grind, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much for tuning in. And Ian, thanks for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome. Please don't hit unsubscribe. It's our call to action.
Yeah. All right. Lots of good movies there to check out. I know I've got some homework because of this episode. So thanks for enlightening me on some of those films.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm not going to watch your musicals, but I am going to check out Birdman.
You might enjoy them. But yeah, do check out Birdman. It's a great film. On that note, thanks for listening. And Ian, it's been a pleasure.
Take care.
Catch you in the next one.
Popcorn in Orbit is produced by The Shooting Eye and Ice River Pictures.